Okay, class, this is what I did when I created my corporate identity logo. Here's the type, basically the um, verbiage that I chose. I'm using Helvetica. Helvetica is a great typeface. It was developed back in 1957 by Max Schmeitinger and Edvard Hoffman in um, Switzerland. It really revolutionized the whole design industry. I'm going to be using Helvetica News. Great typeface. Okay, let me make sure I've got it here. So there's Helvetica News, and I'm going to be using bold. Okay, let's take a look and see what bold looks like. Looks good, but I might go ahead and go medium. So I'll go ahead and go medium. And try another, how about regular? Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and do contrasting type. Contrasting type is where you will take one weight of the same typeface. Here I'm using bold, and I'm also using a medium weight. Okay, and here's a real cool trick. This is known as kerning. Typographers, this is a lost art. So I'm going to kern the type, create a nice tight look to it, and then therefore I will create this kerning as well. How am I doing this? I am holding my Option key down and my west pointer on my keyboard, and that gives you kerning. You can also go in individually with your Option pointer and kern. This is known as kerning. When you use the right pointer, that is known as letter spacing. So I'm just going to go ahead and kern here, kind of create a ligature look to it. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up like that. There we go, kind of create a ligature. Once I've done that, I will take the type. By the way, I'm working in Adobe Illustrator, as you can see. I'm going to convert my typeface now into a path. That's a Command-Shift-O for you Mac people. And I do not like this dot on the I, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it using the direct selection tool. Just select that part right there and delete it. Okay, there we go. Now I can go back in and maybe tighten this up a little bit. Right now it's converted to a path, so it's no longer a typeface. It's essentially a graphic. Yes, it is Helvetica, but it's more in a vector format. I'm going to do a Command-Shift G, which is an ungroup, and I'm going to kern up my V a little bit like that. Okay, very good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the same color that I used for my classification PowerPoint presentation, classifications of logos. And I'm going to use a gray here, okay, and as well as create some emphasis on my art, I will be using a red. Okay, there we go. There's my visual art. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up a little bit to kind of create a little bit of drama there. Okay, so there's my typography, also known as my logo type. Now I created an identity. I very basically used geometrical shapes, and here they are right down here. First thing I did was I created an oval. Make sure that that oval is a line, or otherwise known as a stroke. So we have, in fact, I'll make it black with a stroke of black, and my fill will be of none. And then I'm going to take another Command Copy, Command Paste, another sphere, or another oval, and I'm going to create this sphere. Okay. Something like this. So move this over in place. Let me get this here, and I'm going to move it in something like this. Let me go ahead and distort this a little bit, enlarge my, there we go. I'm going to go back and look at my other image here that I created. There's my initial logo type. I'm going to do a Command O. I'm going to go back to my visual image, take a look at that, see what I did. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just bring this up because I want it to be very similar to this. So I'm going to just move this over here. I'm going to pull this out. This is the image that I'm working on. I'm going to pull this off of Adobe Illustrator, and I'm going to reduce this down like this. Do a Command 0 so it fits the page, and I'm going to recreate this visual image of a eyeball, if you will. Move this over here, and then move this into place like that. Now I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I created that kind of look. So this is how I do it. I'm using the selection tool to create my oval. I can select it there. Move this up like this. Get it where I want it. I'm going to have this oval inside intersect, like so. I'm going to have this move down a little bit more like that. And I think I have it for the most part. I select both of these elements together. Make sure I have them both selected. Got a little, there we go. Select them both at the same time. I'm going to use a great tool called the Pathfinder. In the Pathfinder you have a divide. If you click on it, it intersects everything where the strokes intersect. Now I can go ahead and delete what I don't want, like so. Get rid of this part. And now I'm going to create a sphere or a circle, about so large. Okay. A little bit smaller maybe. I'll use my selection tool to reduce it down. I'm always using my shift key so I get a perfect proportion. Let me go ahead and pop this into place right about there to try to recreate this look. It's a little different, but all in all you kind of get the idea. I'm going to take both of these elements now and I'm going to merge them together. But before I do that, I'm going to go back to my Pathfinder and union everything. Okay, there we go. And once I union it, now I can go ahead and fill it with my red. Okay, I want it all red, so I'm going to have a line of none. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and hold my shift key down again, reduce my image down. It's not exactly like the other one, but I think that you get the idea. Okay, that's how a corporate identity can be created. Okay, thank you for watching.